Greetings, peace, and blessings. Happy Wednesday. Well, today is the day that governs Mercury, and Mercury is currently retrograde in Aquarius. So we're doing some pretty interesting work right now. Just because Mercury retrogrades are opportunities for us to, let me say this. Retrogrades are such a gift from the universe. They are. It really is like a do-over. It's like being able to go, it's like having an experience and then being able to look at that experience from different angles and perspectives and see how that experience supported you or how you want to move forward. And Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is really profound because Venus is in Aquarius, Saturn is in Aquarius, Jupiter is in Aquarius, the Sun is in Aquarius, the Moon is in Aquarius, and Mercury is retrograde. Somebody's competing with me. That all said. Anyway, so Mercury retrograde in Aquarius right now is bringing us into the age of Aquarius and out of the age of Pisces. And this energy is the higher realms of consciousness, because Aquarius is this energetic that is like the mind of God. It's governed by Uranus, but historically Aquarius was governed by Saturn. So there is this component of discipline, and there's this component of discipline for the purpose of accessing the higher realms of consciousness. And what's going on the planet right now is that we are moving out of the age of Pisces, which was this collective experience, and into the age of Aquarius, which is about being our individual selves. But we have to break out of the old containers. And this might be silly, but go watch The Wiz in the very end when they're like, "Can you feel a brand new day?" Right? I love that. That's my all-time favorite movie. Well, one of them. And they are coming out of the layers of trauma and their ego and their belief systems. They have to peel that stuff off, and that is what we are doing. We have to peel the layers of consciousness off that are from the old age, that would be keeping us stuck. And Mercury is the planet of the mind, the thinking. So I encourage you all to join the Mercury retrograde class that I'm teaching with Gabrielle Zelina, who's our special guest this month. Because it's really, you gotta be able to catch the vision. You gotta catch the vision, and you need to do rituals to catch the vision. And let me tell you, I've been doing this Mercury retrograde energy work for such a significant period of time. You know, this might sound silly or not because we don't think of it this way, but the planets are inside of us. The planets are not outside of us in some sort of external. They just show off. Oh my God, I cannot. The planets are within us. So when we do the rituals to access them, to harness their energy, we're just waking something up inside of us. And that is what I am teaching you to do in any of the classes that I'm in. It's like helping you wake up your perception of reality so that you can have a greater command of consciousness and yourself and your life and your experiences. So there's also a new moon that is happening tomorrow. If you'd like to book a new moon reading, I would love to do that for you so that you can see how to use this energy. And I can do like a Mercury retrograde new moon readings together just to help you understand the retrograde energy and the retrograde energy and the new moon energy. Okay, so Mercury is retrograde at the 17th degree. And the 17th degree is the energy of attraction. Oh, and that's so great because Aquarius says, what does it say? We're going to go out of our comfort zone. We're going to break free from who we've been. And we definitely, because Mercury is at the 17th degree, it's our minds. And yesterday, Mars was at the 17th degree of Taurus. But attraction, it's like whatever you're thinking about is what you're attracting. It's what you're creating. Mercury at the 17th degree, because it's retrograde, it's like, you know, this is when we have an opportunity to go back and look at the people we've been in a relationship with and the choices we've made and all of that. And if you can do that in a way that is with compassion and empathy for yourself, with self-love, then you can attract a higher frequency of that. Because here's the thing that it's important for us to recognize, that there is no, everything is a spectrum. Like when people say you want to have negative people out of your life, no, you don't. You don't. You want to have negative people in your life because they hold a polarity, and you want to be able to see those polarities. So you want to understand that everything is inside of you, and you're not trying to rid yourself of anything. So while Mercury's in retrograde, you want to just see where you've been so that you can access the higher frequencies of that same experience, really, you know, because that's where you are with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for me, for instance, gosh, let me see what I feel like sharing today, because y'all know I be sharing so much. Sometimes I just like, Lord have mercy. So I am currently really gathering myself, in that I have done so much work on my patterns around love and relationship. And what I'm coming into now is this ability to be able to be true to myself, to literally center myself in any relationship where my needs, where I'm really with myself and loving myself and true to myself and speaking up for myself and asking for what I need and holding myself accountable, like not making anybody else responsible for what I need, but at the very least, you know, I honor my own needs. So in that, anyone else will too. And that's what I'm doing in this Mercury. So I'm looking at the places in my life where I have historically not honored my needs. And I'm starting to see one of the things that's really beautiful as a woman, people, sweethearts, darlings, is recognizing that we create the material reality. So what we perceive has to come into existence. That's why we have babies, because what we take into our bodies comes back to life. The same is true for our thoughts, our feelings, our perceptions, our fantasies. They come into existence. So as a woman, I know that I can transmute anything. I can love anything so significantly that it transmutes by my love. That's what it does. By the love. And love is unconditional. Love is not saying you need to be different. Love is like, I am the thing itself, and I can transmute this into love anyone by just knowing that they are loved too and holding that high frequency. And in doing so, everything transmutes. And then I get to experience this incredible thing, which is so profound. I'm having that experience now. One of my partners, I have a partner who we've been friends for 20 years or so. We've been partnering on and off romantically in interesting ways for like the last 6 years. But because of who my father was, I tend to project that energy of my father onto every man that I have encountered. And I finally have learned how to alchemize that projection so that the men don't show up in the frequency that I'm holding of my father, and they show up in the frequency that I'm holding for myself. All right, now, so I just said something there. Y'all want to learn how to do that? Sign up for the classes. Okay. So the moon today is at the 8th degree of Aquarius. And the 8th degree is the degree of, that governs goodness, I believe. Let's see. Yes, goodness. And Aquarius is this unknown for everything is in Aquarius right now. We're going to the age of Aquarius. It's foreign. We don't know. We've never been there. We're going to have gifts and talents that we didn't know that we had. Our intuition is increasing. Our psychic abilities are increasing. Our abilities to heal ourselves. Everything is increasing. So at the 8th degree, the moon, and we're moving into the new moon phase, is asking, knowing, it's trusting that within everything is goodness. There is goodness here. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to worry. We can trust that all is in alignment with the highest and best good, because that is the nature of God. And that is the nature of our connection to the divine, that there is goodness at the core. And so the new moon is tomorrow. It's going to be happening at the 23rd degree of Aquarius. So I encourage you, if you have not yet, Aset. It's okay. You want to come and say hello? Come on. I encourage you, if you have not yet, come on up. If you have not yet, set your intentions for who you're becoming and what you're desiring. If you haven't done it yet, it's okay. Come on, I want you to say hello. I want you to say hello. If you haven't set your intentions for who you're becoming and what you desire to be, if you haven't done so yet, this is the time to do it, right? This is the time before the new moon to set your intentions for what you're anchoring into in your life and what you're desiring and who you are. And that is a spiritual practice in and of itself, just to access the vision, right? That's what the Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius class is about, really accessing the vision and the rituals that help you do that, because you have a divine blueprint. You're here for a reason. There's not a mistake that you're here at this time. There's something that's here for you to do and be. So I encourage you to set intentions. All right, if you'd like to do new moon readings or Mercury retrograde readings, you can book a new moon reading and I'll do Mercury retrograde readings with it. All right, peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.